Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling Look Back podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm sitting here with
your boy and casual fan, Tanner.
Ooh, he's back again.
Just cut me right off there.
Holy, I was gonna say you don't want to get too heated right off the bat there, Tanner.
You know who I am. It's the new. No, it's just the same old Donovan.
Yeah,
Damn.
Stay tuned for the new one.
That was a choke. If you guys could see the stare Don was giving me.
Oh man,
Fickle.
Tanner doesn't know what you mean. He's a casual fan.
No idea.
Thanks for checking out the Look Back, guys. The Look Back. This isn't the Look Back. This is the Roundtable.
Well, we are the Look Back.
Yeah, thanks for checking out the Pro Wrestling Look Back Roundtable, episode 17. And give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram as per usual, guys, at PW Lookback. Give us a follow, a like, comment, all that. You know how it is. Head over to YouTube, Pro Wrestling Look Back, and give us a subscribe there as well. Comment on the videos. Let us know what you think. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out the website as well, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. And if you want to see any other pro wrestling / Star Wars / racing, anything else, check out my Twitter at Salsa, SCELSA.
My Twitter, for now, is at New School Money.
And my Twitter is Royalty40.
Yeah, give these guys a follow as well. Yeah, this is the Roundtable. What do you guys want to get into? We had a big fucking pay-per-view last weekend, so...
Yeah, and then a big week.
Yeah, let's shake it up.
Yeah.
We're going to shake it up there on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. We have Tanner here. Tanner didn't get a chance, as he's the casual fan. He filled that role nice and perfect this week. He didn't get a chance to watch Raw or SmackDown, but he was able to watch TLC with us.
It was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. I actually, you guys can get my thoughts next week on the Best of 2018 show, but I definitely thought it was pretty good. Don?
All in all, the pay-per-view, there was parts of it I liked, parts of it I didn't like.
Yeah, ups and downs.
Yeah. That's a fair statement. I agree on that.
Yeah, there was. I would say there was probably 3 standout matches for me that were, I don't know, in contention for some of the better matches that we've had in the last 12 months, I'd say. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but do you, Don, do you want to get into a little bit of this Vince McMahon Raw stuff, or what do you want to get into?
Yeah, I guess we can start off with Vince. Yeah, that's a good way to start it.
Yeah, might as well.
Kind of cross into a little bit of TLC as well while we're...
Yeah, well, I figured we'd run down all the matches from TLC and then just kind of get our thoughts from Raw and SmackDown in between. But I did want to try something different on the show today. Yeah. Tanner?
What's up?
What's the best video you saw this week? I know you watch a lot of crazy videos there online, and I was kind of just... I thought maybe we'd give the listeners maybe just a sneak peek at some shows we may be having in the future. If you listen to us and you like our show, then...
Oh, you're jumping me with this one, but best video of the week that I've seen.
I don't know. I know you're a guy that likes to reach out there on the internet.
Oh, yeah, I like every type of genre or anything, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, had to give you a little preparation for that one.
Was it that Vince McMahon?
But yeah, how about the Vince McMahon video? We just. All
right, we'll come back to that one, but
it's okay. We don't have to come back to it. It was just something I thought I'd throw you out there on the stage and see what. There's got to be something out there, no?
Well, yeah. The problem is I just watched so many of them. Yeah,
it's all good. We'll get into the pay-per-view then.
Maybe like a duck eating like a something.
A ducky. Well, okay. Well, one that a
see?
guy.
See?
Yeah. I know how to get it.
You just gotta mention a fucking animal.
A guy was fishing in like a fecal-filled sewer for a fish.
Holy shit!
And
no pun intended.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. But
so he's like fishing there.
Well, he's like
recreationally.
Yeah, well, he's got a pretty good following on YouTube actually, and like he's like a hardcore fisherman. And he just does like really weird fishing spots and that type of thing, right? And so he went fishing for a fish that was. Or fishes, should I say, that were in a sewer. Like, obviously, that is full of shit and whatnot. Anyways, the fish was pretty fucked up looking.
Oh,
I'd say, yeah.
Like the Simpsons fish.
Yeah. Weirdest thing, though, is he did eat it and cook it.
Oh.
Yeah, savage. So... That was actually just earlier today.
Okay, so yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your fucking weird YouTube video for the week, boys.
I don't know. I figured we get Tanner in once every 2 weeks, once a month, or whatever it is, and I figured that might be a little new segment we might bring in when Tanner's here. Just what's Tanner's video of the week?
Just imagine eating that. Though.
No.
Like, why? I don't know. People are weird. Anyways.
Yeah, back to pro wrestling. I figured I figured I'd just try something different and see how that went. But yeah, the Vince McMahon segment this week. We showed Tanner before we hit record. We watched the kind of the 4 McMahon family. Crack the beer, Tanner. There you go.
316.
Yeah, shout out. Steve Austin's birthday this past week. Happy birthday, Stone Cold.
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. But yeah, so they basically came out. They said, what did they say? They said that there's going to be changes on the show.
New faces
In the coming months and weeks. You are now the authority.
Mm-hmm.
You, Don.
You're.
Me?
Yeah.
You?
All of us.
Yeah, I guess that would be all of us.
I'll say this much. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, yeah, this is why me and Don...
Here we go.
We wished you could have saw Raw. Like, I don't know. I'm going to get into it this week because I feel like there's
also not happy, eh?
No, it's the opposite, man. I'm not happy with the fucking wrestling fans out there right now, to be completely honest with you. I think there's... And anybody who listens to our show that we reach out to and shout out, and, don't take it personally, but this is just my personal opinions of the way the industry's going. I thought there was some changes this week, and that doesn't seem to be the popular opinion from the wrestling community that I follow.
You think positive changes?
I thought there was change. I thought Raw was...
Like good or bad?
Good. I thought that Raw was different in the sense that every match that happened this week on Raw meant something. Whether it was, if you win this, you get a title shot. If Baron Corbin loses, he's fired, which we didn't tell you that, Tanner, but we'll get into it later. He got a kind of...
They got to end that storyline.
They did. He's gone.
God.
He got beat by like bunch of guys, and he's done. But I don't know, man. I'm fucking upset with people. Like, we bash the show on here. Don't get me wrong. We talk negatively about WWE. It happens. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of hate that there has been towards this shakeup is blowing my mind. On Donovan, I talk a bit, and then I'll bounce more.
I think what it is that people, when we see in the words, like me and you talked about it, we didn't set the bar too high.
I set my bar super low.
Right? When people seen the words like "shake it up," I think everyone automatically assumed similar to what happened the first time Vince McMahon said that. I think people were wanting something like that, and obviously everyone wanted Corbin, that whole thing done with.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people expected so much more. That's where I think the problem is coming from. I think everyone had their hopes way too high. I didn't.
No, neither did I. I just hear so much negative feedback towards like, oh, well, they should do, they should book the show better this way and have, combine the titles or I can't even think of all that stuff because there's so many different things that have pissed me off this week that I've been listening to.
I can see where people are coming from, but I also see where you're coming from. Like I was kind of talking to you a bit about.
On the phone today, we talked about it.
Like I said, I feel people just had their expectations too high. For me, I think it's all about it's like anything in wrestling. You have to give it some time.
For sure.
You can't just expect in one night or one Raw, one Smackdown for everything to fucking, the fairy to come with the magic wand and fucking change everything around.
No.
It's not going to happen.
And the show was different. I mean, all I keep hearing, it was the exact same. All the emails I hear on Wade Keller's show, even Wade, and I'm a huge Wade Keller fan, but all these people were dissing the show and saying nothing changed, nothing was different. What are you talking about? 2 weeks ago, we had fucking Lucha House Party matches with Lucha House Party rules and Baron Corbin in double matches for title belts, and the show was different. In my opinion, yes, okay, it's the same wrestlers. You can only do so much if you're going to use the same guys. I get that, okay, we might be some of the same matches. But no, we had a fatal four-way tag team match. The winner is a number one contender for the tag team champions.
Yeah.
We had an hour-long... This is another thing. We had an 45-minute to an hour-long women's gauntlet match. Mm-hmm. And I heard nothing but people shitting on this match all week.
Me too, yeah. Well, for the most part.
So why? What about when Seth had that gauntlet match fucking 6 months ago and everybody fucking lost their mind? I don't get it. To me, I feel like people are just super bitter and on the edge and they're not ready to... I mean, maybe I'm too complacent. Maybe I'm too naive and I just watch the product because I take it for what it is.
That's the other thing I was going to... Sorry, did you want to say?
Oh, no.
No, I was gonna say I think that, because some of these other podcasters and people that we like to listen to...
Yeah.
Not to say that you are too naive either, but I feel like maybe their opinion is they're thinking in the sense of
they've seen better.
We've been teased like this. Like we get this kind of shit happens like sometimes in wrestling where we just go through like, rough periods or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's always you got to take the good with the bad. Always. It's never gonna be everything is fucking perfect. No, it's not. Not everyone's gonna be satisfied 24/7. I think these people are looking at it like, he said we're gonna shake it up. People were expecting these call ups. They were seeing some kind of crazy change of call ups, new guys on Raw, maybe something totally out of the blue as a new general manager. People had such high hopes for so much more than just not to say that Raw I didn't think it was that bad.
No, and it's like you said, it takes some time. You can't just...
Exactly. So
yeah, in a business like WWE, you're completely correct. You can't just change it overnight.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do that possibly. It takes time, if not a few months, in my opinion.
No, and they brought up some other points on Wade's show, like I said. Do you think this had anything to do with the fact that we've got a Christmas show and a New Year's Eve show 2 weeks in a row? And they kind of wanted to just let people know, like, hey, things are going to change. Stay tuned. Because it was progressively getting worse. So if it was getting worse and worse, and then, this show didn't have Vince, and I'm sure that popped a rating, just having Vince on the show, right?
I heard.
Yeah, so it would have went even lower. And then next week, I've already seen the spoilers. I'm not going to talk about it on this show, but next week's show has been recorded because it's taking place, on Christmas Eve, and then SmackDown, same thing. So I don't know if it's just them letting people know, like, hey, stick with us in the new year. Things are changing, but for me,
that's kind of what it was. I think.
What are people getting so upset about?
People are really getting upset about the fact.
What is this shakeup? You talking about them giving control to essentially?
Well, see, that's what I'm kind of.
Basically, what you saw.
Yeah.
People think that nothing changed. So from all we showed Tanner, for any of the listeners.
Oh, so they expected it to change as soon as they said that?
Pretty much. I don't know what they were expecting. And that's what blows my mind about it, is a lot of the people that I listen to that cover this shit have been covering wrestling for fucking years. It's like, what did you expect to happen in one night?
Yeah.
And second of all, I said this to you on the phone today, Don. I get some of these people cover wrestling for their jobs and stuff like that, and I'm not going to go into them, but it's like, do you sit and watch fucking Mad Men or Walking Dead and say, oh, the writer should have done this and the fucking this? Like, I get we do it sometimes here because it's conversations and that's what we do, but like, do you ever just think like, oh, this is a show that I like and that's just what they decided to do in their universe? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Lightsaber's a real thing in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
So when they say that this is a thing in the WWE universe, everyone wants to make it, no, this is what you're supposed to do. Because that's how it, like, I start to get to the point where it's like, it's their universe. And maybe I'm too naive, but if they say this is how it goes, and this is how it goes.
Some of these people, like, have been watching it, like you said, for several years on end without stop.
Yeah.
Maybe they're frustrated because they know, like, right now we have we have such a great roster.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things that people don't get utilized. Maybe these people have been a 10-year, 15-year, 20-year, however long year fan is frustrated because for quite some time it hasn't been the greatest. Like, there's been bits and pieces, sprinkles here and there, obviously, for sure.
Yeah.
AJ, Becky, DB, all tons of shit.
For sure.
So maybe these guys are just frustrated because we have such a talented roster, like one of the most, if not the most talented roster in a long time. So I think these guys are just like, fuck, like what could have been. I think they've already been putting up with so much, maybe for such a long amount of time, that they're like, come on, guys, like, kind of thing. So I can see a bit of it. At the same time, though, I just
look at it like it could always be better. I watch a lot of Formula One, and there's a lot of complaints about Formula One, not enough passing and not enough this, and the aerodynamics are too, and I know this is off topic, but it's comparable in the sense that Formula One is not at its peak of popularity right now, nor is pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan of that, then you like that. That's what you like. Why change it?
Well, being a fan of a certain thing, you also are going to criticize it.
Of course, and don't get me wrong. There's things about wrestling I don't like, and there's things about racing but I just, I don't know. I don't want to get hung up on this.
I think Donald's right. Like, people, like, including you two, you guys watch the stuff. You guys are fans of the show, correct? Yeah. And I think you get to a point where you do want that change, and then Vince and everyone comes out and promises all this change. But I think people just need to be a little bit more patient and just see where it goes. You can't judge change just right off of what, like, that was done on Monday.
Exactly.
And people are all up in arms and rioting because they didn't get what they promised already.
I think, like I wanted to say too, I think some of that is that, like, in a sense, we didn't really, like, it was weird because the McMahons, like, they have always been in charge.
Yeah.
So why is that?
That I agree with, okay? The fact that they framed it as Baron Corbin is the one who's been writing the show, and now we're writing the show,
yeah.
that I get. It's like, okay, you've been writing the show the whole time. Don't put this all on fucking Baron.
And even
we know he's not writing the show.
And him bringing them all out and saying, like, well, now we're going to take back control. But wait, wasn't Stephanie, like, the higher up of Baron, and wasn't Shane the higher up of Paige? So that to me was a little weird.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little confused as to how they're going to go moving forward, like, because they kind of said we're all
the four of them basically run both shows.
Sometimes we'll see Triple H on SmackDown. Sometimes we'll see Shane on Raw. Like, is it going to just
maybe
be all over the place? So I don't know.
Like Tanner said, I mean, he's the casual fan, and he said it. He said it best. We'll fucking see, because it takes time.
That's why I said, man. Me as a fan, like, I can see their point. I can see your point. I'm not ready to shit all over it yet. I'm still gonna, because I said, dude, there's so much. There is good things happening in wrestling.
and don't get me wrong. There was some bad stuff that happened on Raw this week. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And I was more just, I needed to get my little rant out to the pro wrestling fans out there.
No. You spoke your opinion. You spoke it good.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Just from, like, my perspective, it has been a little exhausting and a little stale the last few months.
Oh no!
Without that Becky Lynch and, like, bringing in Ronda and all that, and, like, between the Shield and all that, it's been pretty stale. You know, at least for me.
Yeah.
But so I would like to see new faces, new storylines, a lot more immersive storylines.
So the video that
with a lot more emotional connection to it, because a lot of time the storylines that they pop out and shit, I just laugh at cringe because it's just you don't buy into it. At least me. You don't buy into it. And so I would like to have an immersive story that we can almost connect to and buy it. Yeah. Buy those emotions. They're actors, and they should be able to portray that. And they do. They do. Don't get me wrong. But I'd like to see it more often.
Yeah.
Tanner knows his shit. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for a fucking fantastic conversation about buying into the product next week on the Best of 2018 show, because
no, but in line with what you're saying, I wanted to ask you, maybe, because as a casual fan, like, was there, because you brought up some good points and some of you know that there is the good. So did you have any of a favorite feud between, like, two wrestlers throughout 2018, whether it be, like, you know, Dean and Seth or Becky Charlotte or
AJ?
Did you have any one that, like, stood out the most to you, maybe?
The one that probably stood out to me the most was Becky Lynch and Charlotte, probably.
Yeah, okay.
But even Ronda and Charlotte, even though they didn't really have a feud, that was, like, that emotion with that match was something I bought right into, and it looked fucking real.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was in depth, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a lot more matches in there, you know, feuds that I'm not fully aware of that were pretty immersive and deep as well. But the whole storyline as well with, you know, Seth and
Dean.
Yeah, and Dean, and the whole thing with Roman, and they bringing in, you know, unfortunately his leukemia and all of that. That's a pretty immersive story too.
Yeah.
And I got to give credit to WWE for not holding back on things like that. They take these unfortunate certain events and they portray them and bring them into their storylines. But the one with what's with her father passing away?
Natalia and
that one is just, that one to me is just cringe. Like the picture of the dad on the table and shit.
Did I tell you
the
comments that she made though?
You said it was helping her.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she, apparently.
And good for her, you know.
Yeah, she said it was in a way. She said it felt like it was her dad's last storyline.
And I'm about that, but if that's the case, make it fucking way better than what it is. Then
that's you know what?
Because, like,
I'll give Tanner a round of applause for the way he's been on the show so far tonight, because I feel like he's really getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting the wrestling fan that's deep inside there out of him.
Deep inside, yeah. But no, I think you guys can agree on that. The storyline with Natalia and I don't even know the name of the...
Ruby
Riott.
Yeah,
Ruby Riott.
Yeah, it was a little caca.
It's just like, fuck, come on.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was just curious, because with us having that show
coming up next week, we figured it'd be cool. I mean, for me, a little bit of a tease, I guess, for our best of show. I would say that the Daniel Bryan and Miz stuff stuck out for me, if not the AJ Nakamura.
Yeah, AJ Nakamura was actually very good too.
Yeah, and that goes back to what Tanner said and what we're going to talk about next week, and that's buying in. When you can buy into a fucking match, it changes it completely.
If you get your audience to connect to what you're showing them, you've won them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tanner's bringing up some good points tonight.
Definitely.
So
I just want to shout out the feud between
go.
Ciampa and Gargano in NXT, because I think that's like one of the great feuds of the year. All the matches they had. So
how many? Yeah, and both of them are in conversation for Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year. I mean?
So that I just want to give credit to those guys for sure.
Absolutely.
I really hope this facelift does though happen.
Yeah,
what they've promised.
We'll see in the coming weeks, like Triple H said, and
I think it needs a restart. It really does.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the changes, but I'm also, like I said before, I'm not setting the bar too high, and I'm not going to be too nitpicky with stuff now. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I'm becoming more naive, and I've said it 3 times, but I'm more complacent with this is how they do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay, TLC. Let's get to it.
All right.
The show opened with a cruiserweight match, Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander, 10 minutes, 35 seconds. Why the fuck was this on the pre-show?
We were talking about that, me and you.
Yeah. Tanner didn't get a chance to see the first couple matches, so me and Don will kind of dive in more to these. But, I mean, we're not going to talk too long on a lot of these matches anyway, so, yeah. But, I don't know, Don, what do you want to...
Well, I mean, let's start with this. Buddy and the 205, the cruiserweight division. Let's just start with that in general, because like it was so.
Tanner's got a jet for a second.
So
it's okay.
To me that
he's coming back.
Yeah, he'll be back. No worries. It was so strange to me that on the Survivor Series kickoff, we had Drake Maverick, promoting this brand and saying like, I'm gonna bring like them to the light, like they're gonna get the light they deserved. I promise that, and tonight you're gonna see it. They're gonna showcase it when they were hyping up the match for Survivor Series between Mustafa and Buddy.
Yep.
So that to me was
and then it happened.
Cool. And then they delivered later on by putting that on the main card, not just on the pre-show, sticking it at a good spot, giving them some time, and it's like, okay, wow. I remember talking about it with you guys, like, shit, is change coming now? Are we finally gonna get to see these guys kind of mix it in? Also we've had like some of the cruiserweights come up on the Raws and Smackdowns recently, whether it be the Lucha guys or Mustafa Ali. So it's like, damn, is it finally going on now? Like, are we gonna get this shit going? And then just to have it like thrown on the pre-show, like, why? I didn't understand that. It was so confusing to me.
Yeah, I didn't get it. That's all I had written down for my notes was who decided this was on the pre-show. It was a little strange.
It wasn't a bad match. Yeah. These guys have great chemistry. I don't think it was their best, but I'm not going to...
Between the two of them?
Yeah, I don't think it was their best, but I don't think it was bad by any means. Like, it was a nice little match.
Oh, of course.
And I thought, like, I don't know, maybe not as a show opener, but I thought you could have still placed this on the card. You could have maybe put it second.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have opened up with these guys just for the fact that some of the WWE main broad audience is not so accustomed to the Cedric Alexander, to the
style of match. Shout out to Wrestling Soup this week and Joey
I'm glad
Numbers.
You brought that up.
He brought up a great point. Like, these fans that don't watch this shit on a regular basis, that don't watch New Japan or ROH, they're not used to watching a match like that. They're not acclimatized to that type of match. You know what I mean? They're a WWE. It's more like Tanner when he sees that type of shit. When we popped on, a PWG match for him or an ROH match, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it looks different. He can tell right away. So that's
Well, and one thing that, like, here once again, Donovan's little free take for you guys because this is my new thing.
Yeah.
What you could do to get people used to these, like, and they're starting to, so maybe it's coming. But like Mustafa Ali, put them on fighting guys on the main show. So then, you know what? The fans who watch Monday and Tuesday, that don't watch fucking 205 or NXT, now they know this. Now they know Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now they know him. So do that with the other guys too. Like, have them start bringing them in, mix them in. They shouldn't just be confined to fight each other on this pre-show and not like, fuck.
Yeah.
It sucks because I'm a big fan of these guys, and especially, like, I like Buddy. I think he should continue to carry the torch.
Yeah.
And I hope to see big things in the new year.
Yeah, we'll see. So,
well said.
Yeah.
Elias and Bobby Lashley, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Guitar hanging from the top of the ring ladder match. All I have written down is this is pretty fucking pointless.
I didn't even see it, and it kills me that that's what they did with it.
Yeah. You know what was the worst part? Was before the pay-per-view, they had advertised whoever can climb the ladder and grab the guitar can use it.
Yeah.
And then the night of the pay-per-view, they changed it to whoever can climb.
What do you mean use it?
As in hit their
like
opponent?
A weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you assume that's what it would be, right? Like
that's
what I
when
thought.
he first said that, I was like, okay, is it like the first one to get the guitar and smash it off the other guy?
Yeah.
No, it was the first person who can climb the ladder and get the guitar.
That was pretty lame.
And then what? He got beat up by the two of them?
I'm not a fan of Lashley, but I love Elias.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what they want, too, so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want
to. What did Elias get beat up by Bobby?
I think
Bobby's
afterwards,
promoter?
yeah. I think like
they kind of
that small guy.
I think they double teamed him, like distracted him and took the guitar and then smashed it over Elias. And I can't remember what happened on Raw, but
what is Lashley's promoter? What's his name again?
Leo Rush.
Yes.
Got to give a shout out to him. The guy's like a spider monkey.
Yeah. I don't know if he deserves an applause from the sound effects machine, but
he's cringe.
Why not? What do you mean?
That was too good. He's actually in the shed, boys.
Leo Rush, ladies and gentlemen, Leo Rush.
Ladies and gentlemen,
can we get a round of applause? Oh, thank you, too kind. Lashley. Wow, guys. That was great. But you never know. See on the PW look back, you might get Leo Rush, you might get Stone Cold.
Yeah, you never know who's going to show up.
Jesus Christ, wow.
Might get Rene Dupuy. No. Fabulous Truth versus Mahalisha. This was the finals of the mix.
And this was the official start to the pay-per-view.
Was it?
Yeah.
Or was this the final?
No, it was the...
Oh, no, you're right, because we were shocked that this opened the show. So this was the first match, like you said, of the pay-per-view. Tag team match between R-Truth, Carmella, Alicia Fox, and Jinder Mahal. The winners of this match get number 30 in the Royal Rumble, respectively, and a all-inclusives paid trip anywhere they want.
Nice.
Do you think they're actually going to do that trip part, or do you think that's just for the storyline?
It's for the storyline, and once Don says whatever he's going to say, I'll tell you what ended up happening in the end of this.
No, I just think, as much as I was talking about the cruiserweights and being... But this was... Sorry about that, guys. This was a good one to open up the show, just because I noticed the reaction that R-Truth got was, like, great. I don't know if it was just early in the night.
People love him. I love him.
Yeah, like he's a good character.
And he's been around the business for what? He's a vet, isn't he?
Yeah,
this guy's been over.
He deserves a lot more than what I feel like he's being given now.
Well, he's getting more now than he was, let's say, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, him and Carmella do some stuff. So, anyway, they won. Carmella and R-Truth are the winners.
Yeah.
So they're coming out 30th. They're the last position on the Royal Rumble?
Basically, we're going to get a dance break at the end of the Royal Rumble.
Oh, God.
And then, the trip, they kind of played it off like Carmella was like, oh, where are we going to go? And then R-Truth's like, oh, it's already decided. We got it. He's like, think this. And I got to be honest, there's one thing. He's like, think tropical. I don't know why the fuck he said that, because the place...
Because that's him. He's fucking...
I guess that's true, yeah.
R-Truth is looking to smash.
They ended up... He's like, we're going to Stamford, Connecticut, to WWE headquarters.
Ugh.
So, yeah, that was Carmella's reaction, what you just did. But
pretty well identical.
I'm excited to see these little vignettes that we're going to get.
Hopefully.
With, hopefully R-Truth.
Of them going to the headquarters?
Yeah, and just doing goofy shit there. So... I mean,
it's going to be Carmella hating it and R-Truth just acting like an idiot and loving it.
It was kind of fucked up, too, because she hated it in the ring. And then by the time they got up to the top of the ramp, she seemed fine. She's like, yeah, sure, Stanford, fuck.
I do think, and I could see them playing off, R-Truth always, like, he doesn't know where they are. I said this to you before. Like, I could see him entering the Women's Royal Rumble, like, and being like, and then being like, yo, R-Truth, wait, this isn't, you're not in this one.
Yeah.
You're in the other.
I don't like that they play him off as this dumbass, though, you know? Like, I hate it.
It's
random side note, but...
It makes for good comedy.
You need that goofy guy around.
We're going to do a look back. There's a look back we'll do in the future with us three, and it's a more very different, serious R-Truth. It was great. It was a good little
See, I would love to see that R-Truth. I've never seen that R-Truth.
Yeah. So I'd love to show you some of that and get your thoughts on it, too.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was, I don't know if I gave the time, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, but all in all, decent little thing, and we'll see what happens at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
This was probably my least favorite match of the night, the Bar versus the Usos versus the New Day.
Yeah, that's where I came in.
All I had written down, 12 minutes, 15 seconds, forgettable.
Yeah.
Best way to put it.
I mean, I don't know. Bar wins, and I don't remember much else. Like, it seemed to be the match of the night that I just forgot happened.
When you said what was next, I didn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And it's not a knock on the wrestlers by any means, because these teams are all
oh my god, yeah,
so good. But it's just like it's
placement too.
It's so overdone.
Yeah, New Day is way overdone.
And how many times have we seen them fight the Usos?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? True. Like I feel like we've been getting this way.
And even the Usos, I think the smart business choice would be to split them up and make separate storylines.
Wow,
maybe try something different.
Yeah, you never know.
Even with New Day, like New Day, they have ran their course. Fucking,
I think they could spice it up, do something different to their.
I don't know, man. They've done pretty well everything with New Day.
Stay tuned next week for my thoughts on New Day.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just like that, that piece of stale white bread that's been sitting in the bag, and
that's your go-to.
Yeah. I think you said that about the New Day before too.
Yeah. And you open it up and there's like mold on it. It's like as hard as like a brick, and you're just like whacking it off the counter. It's all crispy and shit. Anyways,
you're just done with it. Yeah,
man. I'm over their whole little Cheerio get up. Their pancake get up.
I'm over the
bright
pancakes.
And fruity colors. Their stupid little unicorn fucking things. Like
I
get it. They're good for kids. No. Don't get me wrong. They're good for the kids. But like, fuck, I'm over them. I was over them fucking a year ago.
Oh yeah,
you know this. But
I think they could heal it up, switch it up, do something different.
Go dark.
Yeah.
If they went dark, that's the only thing that would
I think they
bring
should.
Some life back for me.
And then, like we've all said,
as long as it wasn't goofy,
we've all talked about it.
Yeah, you put Goofy in, I'm out.
Like go a little darker. And
but I mean, like a goofy dark, as long as it's not.
No,
goofy
I want straight heel and
yeah. Sorry.
And let Big E challenge for some singles titles, and he can still be in the New Day.
Yes.
Yeah. Big E's got the potential to like break off. It's kind of like with the Wyatt brothers when what's his name, Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
he branched off and look at the business choice that made.
Yeah, but I think you're right. But I think what Don is saying, like, keep him in the New Day, but also have him going for the belt, so then he can win it and come back, and they'll all celebrate together. And
when Braun Strowman was just going off on his own, was he still a part of the Wyatt family, or did they kill it?
No, they kind of separated him, and he became his own character.
Yeah, so you'd still want him a part of New Day, but also go off and challenge singles.
Yeah,
why
not? Like they could still have a good 6-man match.
He's the one out of the three that I'd like to see
have
single matches.
But yeah, so speaking of Braun, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Well, I mean, not exactly. We had Baron Corbin come down to the ring and with Heath Slater, and they started the 10 count, and then Braun Strowman came out at number 7 or 8? I think they counted to 5 or 6. I don't know, something like that. Strowman came out in a sling, came down and basically told Corbin, hey, there's no rules in this match. I gotta be honest with you guys. I haven't been a huge fan of this Baron Corbin storyline.
No, it's once again.
Who has, really? Comment below if you have, because I'm curious.
It should have ended a long time.
Maybe we'll have you on the show and we can interview you.
Younger.
Well,
he likes Baron Corbin.
He likes Baron Corbin. Shout out Younger, but I don't think he enjoys this storyline for Baron Corbin.
No,
like I've told you, he could have been something. He could have had his own little niche there, Baron Corbin on the roster somewhere, but they fucking ruined him with his thick chin strap and his shape.
It was exhausting seeing him just turn and alter the course of matches and whatnot for his own potential gain, right?
Yeah, and
like I get it, he's playing the heel, he's playing the bad guy, but it was repetitive and it was exhausting to watch this feud and him like constantly try to berate and beat down Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman always trying to catch him, right?
Yeah,
it was just exhausting.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, even worse that WWE tried to play it off like he was the one that was coming up with this shit too.
Like he was writing it, and now they're going to take it back. But, both of you guys are doing that tonight.
Yeah, we've both hit the mics a little hard. But
shout out to Steve Austin. I'm just a little, had one too many.
Yeah. Coors Light Dawn. But, what were we saying there? Oh, you know what?
Clutch.
What I wanted to get into, because I actually loved this. This is where I was going. I didn't like the storyline, but I loved that they came full circle.
Yeah.
All the people that came down in this match to beat up Baron Corbin he had wronged them in the past.
Yeah, there's probably quite a few people.
Yeah, it was the tag team came down, Apollo Crews came down.
Yeah.
Heath Slater got in there in the end and beat him up a little bit. I liked the fact that it was like, I don't know. All I can say is when there's a callback, if I watch Raw and then 5 weeks later they're talking about something that they did 5 weeks ago, it's just like when you watch a TV show. It's like, oh yeah, that's the guy from fucking the first episode. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. So I don't know. I thought the match was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it was good that it all came full circle. Like it was just really a beatdown pin.
Yeah, and then we got the finale of Braun on Raw with basically the same thing happening, but Triple H kind of screwing him over rather than Baron Corbin be doing the screw.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it. He got fired on Raw, Tanner, just to fill you in.
And with Braun winning, he now gets his title shot against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble.
That'd be a cool match.
So yeah, we'll see if Braun can beat Brock at the Rumble for the belt.
If you think about it, it's got to be so hard to be a writer for wrestling. they've pretty well done it all. You know what I mean?
It's a never-ending story.
Yeah.
It's literally what doesn't end. There's no like off season. We'll pick it up next summer.
I think there's still a lot of potential for good things to happen. They just gotta dig deep.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I got a little off.
No. That's a good point. Like
I was just
said,
thinking in my head, like, fuck. Imagine being a writer for that shit.
Trying to come up with fresh stuff all the time. Yeah,
that's gonna please the masses.
But you said it before, and we've said it before. It comes down to buying in, man.
Yep.
You get your people to buy in. And
they make an emotional connection to the product that you're selling them. You have them.
You got them. So speaking of emotional connections, Natalya versus Ruby Riott. We talked a little bit about it earlier. I thought this was pretty good, honestly. Like I liked it was a good match, and they told a story. The table provided something. The fact that and to call back again, Joey Numbers from Soup, he said it best. Like it was better than if they just had a regular fucking match. I'd rather have them have this table match with the Neidhart and on the table.
The match itself was good.
Than just I just like the fact that there was a story. Mm-hmm. There was something to root for. You know, there was something to quote unquote, like we said, buy into.
There was, but it was still light for me on the emotional connection. But it could be different with you guys. What do you feel about it?
I'm a fan of like Ruby Riott as a wrestler. Like I like her work, and Natalya's always good. I wasn't huge on the match. I've kind of honestly like I was watching, but I was very like tuned out.
Yeah, it didn't have you.
But not even this match. Like just even like there, like nothing really like caught me right yet at this point of the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that was to come.
Yeah,
for sure. Oh, definitely. There's some good stuff later. But yeah, if you don't have much else to say about it, move right on.
It was good. Storyline could have been deeper, but yeah.
But sorry, like you said, with things coming full circle, I like the fact that it came back to this on Raw with Natalya and what was to come next for her.
Yeah,
because I thought it all tied in very nicely. Still with that.
And Natalya getting the win was good. I mean, having Ruby pitcher on the table didn't really do much for me, but I guess it was something to pop the crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, so Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre, a little Scottish-Irish battle here for I don't know. I thought it was I wrote it down. Good little match.
How long did they go?
They went 12-20, which I messed up there on the last two. So Baron Corbin there 16 minutes, Natalya and Ruby Riott was 12-40.
That whole Baron Corbin thing was 16 minutes.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too.
Really?
That's probably from the time he came out and started cutting his promo to everybody else coming out. Yeah. I guess a good time filler.
Yeah.
There you go. Teach you something about the writing. But 12 minutes for Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre. It was a good little match.
That was a good match. I enjoyed that one.
And Finn kind of needed the win, so I was happy that they gave it to him.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, Drew can afford to lose one right now.
I just feel like they're so lost on what they're doing with each individual character, because they had the whole Ziggler and Fallout with McIntosh, or how do you say his last name?
McIntyre.
McIntyre. I got the Mac part right.
You should call him that now.
McIntosh. The Apple.
The Apple, yeah. But no, I just feel like they're so confused, and they're juggling these characters around and making these storylines only last for a minimum of a few episodes before they try to change it off and make another one.
Yeah.
It's very rare when you see them start up a storyline, they stick with it. But unless it's something deep, with like the whole Becky, Charlotte thing, Ronda's in that mix, the whole Diener and Seth and like Roman situation. I don't even know if there's any other storylines that have been that deep in the last recent months.
No, but I don't know. I just...
The match quality itself was good.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, this didn't have too much in the sense of storyline building behind it, maybe 1 or 2 weeks build, but yeah, I feel you. Like I said...
I'm getting off topic again.
No, dude, it's okay. That's what the round table's for. That's when we're here, kick back and talk pro wrestling.
The match itself was great. Both of them are really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
McIntyre?
Yeah.
Did I get it right? Yeah. He's a good wrestler, and Finn's a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
Did he come out as a boogeyman?
No, not yet.
The demon. The demon.
Oh, the demon.
He's boogeyman-ish.
Yeah,
boogeyman.
I guess there is a wrestler called the Boogeyman. So
I thought he always... and he used to eat worms.
Yeah, but that's a different wrestler.
No, I remember back in the day.
Yeah.
But doesn't Finn fucking come out eating worms and shit as the demon once or twice?
He comes out like...
I know he comes out looking with his dreads and shit.
Like a Venom.
I thought he always comes out for the pay-per-views as the demon.
No, not back in the day when it was on NXT. It was every pay-per-view. Now it's kind of just... They do it when the story
requires it.
Exactly. So if he's in a feud that's he's having to dig deep down to be able to pull out the demon to beat this character or wrestler or fighter or whatever, that's when they bring it out, which I guess I'm okay with. But I know I have said on past shows that I dislike the fact that we don't see the demon as much as we used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton. Chairs match.
I don't know what happened to me during that match. I don't even remember it.
See, and this is what I was waiting all week for this because I don't think any of us know what happened in this match.
Yeah, what were we doing?
We were arguing about John Jones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were. But I got to be honest with you though, guys. Like I remember more than I expected, and this match was way better than I had set the bar for it to be. I had this match maybe going a 1 star, and I gave it maybe a 3.5. Like, it was better than I thought. They fought all over the ring, inside, outside.
Really, with 2 high caliber wrestlers like that, you only thought it was going to be a 1 star?
But the chairs part and the lower card feud, and it didn't make much sense as to why these two are fighting now. Its
storyline didn't make sense.
Yeah, I didn't set the bar high, you know what I mean? Especially because we've already got them fighting on SmackDown.
Remember Ray's fucking surfboard chair slam?
That I do remember. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, him sliding under the ropes with the chair.
But no, honestly, other than that, I feel bad because I wasn't fully, like, me and Tanner we were on a different conversation, and I totally tuned out for this match. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I've been waiting all week. Yeah. That was funny.
No, because I remember I'm curious if what your guys' opinion was, because I know, like, I was not.
Yeah,
11 minutes. I was talking to you, so I don't even
11 minutes,
really.
30 seconds. My opinion, honestly, like I said, it was just way better than I was expecting it to be. They actually did some shit. They used the chairs. They did some wrestling, and then they also fought kind of outside the ring. And
I'm glad Ray won.
Yeah,
I am.
Oh, so Ray won. I didn't even know who won.
Yeah, Ray got the win. I think it was a roll up because Randy was not like down. He was looking around like, what the fuck just happened? How did I get pinned?
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else? I guess not. So we'll get to the big ones.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. These are some of the better matches of the year, in my opinion. So maybe not for match of the year, but I'd put them in that conversation with the upper echelon of WWE matches.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Ronda versus Nia. 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Is this Ronda's best match in WWE?
She did some really good technical stuff. Maybe from a wrestling perspective, it might have been her best match. For me, my favorite match still is her and Charlotte, and that probably will be for a long time. But emotional,
like that will be your favorite once that happens.
No, the Charlotte match and Ronda match that happened
at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
he's referring to.
Oh, the champion versus
that
champion versus champion.
Ronda's
Yes, Charlotte going nuts afterwards, and
yeah. That was the best match just for me because, like, again, emotion is half of the game, right? Mm-hmm. And that emotion in that was just so believable. But and the whole feud, like, I like the feud with Ronda and Nia. I like it. But I don't know. Nia just really isn't that good on the mic for me, or like making me buy in. You know, Ronda, like I've talked about this before. You know, I didn't hate on her, but I was always very judgmental and hard on her. And she's done strides. You know, she's come a long way in the last bit. And she was selling that shit, and I was buying way more into Ronda's fucking, promotion or like on the mic than fucking Nia. But the storyline to me, I didn't fully buy into it. But the match itself, on a technical view, was very good.
Yeah, I have to agree completely with that because the storyline, probably not my favorite Ronda feud, but probably my favorite Ronda match. I gotta say, like from
a technical perspective.
Yeah, and again, she kind of overdid what I expected her to do. There was a few times that I think even you, Tanner, and I know you said it yourself, you're not a huge fan of her, but she was, I think it was the armbar. When she flipped around and you were like, holy shit.
She did some serious technical shit. And I like how she comes and brings out an MMA perspective and skill trait to the WWE world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of different types of submissions. And in reality, a lot of the submissions that are pulled out in WWE would actually work in real life.
Yeah.
Right? But they're always flashy and fancy, right? But Ronda's pulling out some fancy, legit submissions.
Yeah.
And it was good to see that. I'll always cringe up and fucking laugh my head off when she's tossing those fucking hands and doing the combos. I fucking die when she does that.
Yeah, Tanner's not a fan of the, the strike game.
I guess, and I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but Nia, she's a big, strong woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you have a lot of options with that. And especially with a submission artist like Ronda that's been doing it all her life. Like, the possibilities are pretty well endless, and we saw it in that match from a technical view. It was fuck. I remember sitting back a few times, and I was like, holy shit.
They did a good job. Yeah. No, and again, to turn around the casual fan, not huge fan, to have him be liking it is good.
It's interesting hearing you guys, like, talking about, like, you know, the build-up and whatnot. And we talk about things coming full circle, but, like, does everyone forget that these two fought earlier in the year?
No, I remember.
No, I remember.
No, not you guys. I just mean in general. Like, the general public, I feel like they just... they could have tied that in a little bit, like
more than they did.
Nia, I thought, could have said something like, you know, I almost had you. You know, if Bliss didn't get it, like, I had you beat. She could have came from that kind of an angle.
I forget the finish of the match, to be completely honest with you.
Well, it was Alexa Bliss with the cash in.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
So it never really got resolved.
It was at Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So I thought they could have, like, tied that in, if I'm gonna nitpick. But obviously the in-ring work. No, I loved this match. It was good, and this was one of the ones that grabbed me more so into the later part of the pay-per-view. Yeah. Like Finn and Drew, I was good. Yeah. Ray Randy, I kind of tuned out for a bit, and then this one, I was fully tuned in right back in. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, you guys going back and forth with your Cormier and Bones.
Yeah.
Let's not bring that up right now.
That'll be another show.
But yeah, so next, I don't know about the placement of this one, but I guess it is what it is. You can't really go back in time. The new Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. This, definitely in contention with the main event, but this might have been match of the night.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I love the new Daniel Bryan.
What did you mean by the placement? Like,
well, we'll talk about it after, but I just this being here didn't help the next match. That's for sure. And the next match
the main event? Wasn't it the main event?
No, Dean and Seth.
Oh fuck, Jesus. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. We'll talk about
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah. So 23 minutes, 55 seconds. Like I said, I loved it. I thought this was probably the match of the night.
It was that long, eh?
Yeah, they went a while, and they can. You know what I mean? These two guys, it shows when you're...
How long, sorry?
23 minutes, 55 seconds.
I love it.
So yeah, two of the best guys in the industry. You know what I mean? You put them up there with the Kenny Omegas.
They bleed the profession, man.
Yeah. Two of the better people to ever do professional wrestling, I'd say. You know what I mean? They know how to tell a fucking story. So shout out to Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. He did a fantastic job. AJ couldn't manage to recapture his title.
No, I really enjoyed this one. It was definitely probably my favorite of the night, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything that stood out from
overall, I wanted to speak on something I think with Daniel Bryan and even Becky Lynch a little earlier. Was not so much now, because I feel like she's more they're letting her be accepted by the fans, and she's like this face to say. But man, like, I think people could learn a lot from DB and Becky. Like, when, you know, basics, sometimes less is so much fucking more. Like, well, Daniel Bryan hasn't reinvented the wheel here, you know, and people are acting like he's not. He's just doing things to make you dislike him.
Yeah,
his offense, like, he's not fucking flying around doing the same old. He's more aggressive.
Do you think maybe it's because of, like, a character that he's always betrayed, was always such, like, I bleed for this company, I'm always loyal and good about the fans, I'm a clean wrestler, and now he's just gone a complete 180, and he's dirty, he's fucking doesn't give a shit right now, he's like on borderline of a sociopath, essentially. But I'm fucking loving it.
No, I love it. I love the character.
And same with Becky. Becky as well. She was fucking kiss ass to Charlotte. She's always just the backup, and now she's done a whole full 180.
See, I don't know if you're like misinterpreting. What I'm saying is that I just think like other wrestlers could learn from them in the sense of like when it comes to even gear, entrance, walk, the way you approach it.
Less is better.
Like, look, it's something so simple, man. The guy's wearing all black. He comes out there. He gets in the ring. He gets out of the ring. And because people were like,
well, even to begin with, Daniel Bryan never really had the most extravagant costumes.
But his gear, I was just about to say, sorry, I've been so quiet, but shout out to Daniel Bryan's black gear. I thought that was fucking wicked.
But do you know why they dress him and Becky in black? Because it's showing a color of a heel.
It's true. He's not
of someone bad.
Becky does wear black now?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Her thing is kind of blackish, that
brown,
dark gold.
It's dark,
kinda,
yeah.
When you have someone with vibrant colors, such as like
Naomi or something, or Sasha Banks or Bayley,
yeah, like you're usually not portraying a fucking heel. But when you're portraying a heel, you're obviously going to come out in some dark ass colors, like shit, Star Wars.
Yeah, no. He's right.
Yeah,
but
no, but I just think that less is really more. Like he's doing simple things that go back dated years ago that make him a great heel. Something as simple as like before the match starts, everyone he rolls out and kind of taunts around the ring, like you mentioned.
With Brock. And I was gonna mention that he did it again in this match too, and I love that.
I like how he's keeping that.
The crowd just fucking hates it, and they start booing. They get ready.
He's getting boos. So
I love that he won too, and how he won. But
it
was a roll up too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a roll up.
The small package.
Yeah,
which he would. Yeah.
What did you say? He's known for that or something?
Yeah, because
King of the small package.
Because how he beat Miz at one of those shows. Was it the greatest? One of those Super Show. I think it was the
Super Showdown.
And he beat him with like a small package.
Oh, okay.
And he was like Mr. Small Package.
When you said that, for some reason, I thought you meant like ROH days, like on on Sunday. When you said it, I just immediately my brain went to when you watched him, back then.
Yeah, no.
So overall, best match of the night. If it wasn't the main event, it was this one. We'll talk about the main event.
Yeah.
But in between, like I said, this next one, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, 23 minutes flat. I don't know.
I think the crowd spoke volumes for us.
They did, but Seth and Dean, like,
I enjoyed it personally because the motion was there for me.
But really,
the wrestling aspect was just like,
collar and elbow tie up after this vicious of a feud. You really gonna?
I know. Trust me, where they were going with it, they fucking ruined it. Like it should have been something so much more in depth and aggressive.
You know what I'm saying though? Like you ring the bell and you really had a fucking collar and elbow tie up with this guy that's been tormenting you and bashing your best friend who has cancer and. This match needed more viciousness.
Yeah.
This was a wrestling match. This looked like Kurt Angle and maybe it wasn't that good, but it was a Kurt Angle Benoit type of match.
This is a straightforward
wrestling.
There was no emotion, like you said. The story that led up, they even started with the feud. They started it so perfectly, and I felt as the feud went along, they made it worse and worse.
Yeah, with the segments with Dean at the doctors and shit didn't help.
Yeah. And then like him hating on Texas, was it, saying like they're all fucking disgusting and shit. Like why was that even in there? Can we focus on the feud and the hate between the Shield and him and Seth?
Did you see Bane Ambrose? I wasn't.
Yeah, that's the first time. I saw him.
I knew you were here.
That's when he was in Texas with the gas mask.
Exactly. Yeah, that was Texas.
But no, like you said it the best. It was just like a stationary fucking just wrestling match.
And you didn't. I mean, it did need one of to be at a TLC pay-per-view, and this match was a regular match. It wasn't a tables match. Yeah, it wasn't a chairs.
That's the one you want.
This is the one match of all the ones tonight that should have had a stipulation. But I'm not even going to go as far as to say that it needed it. It just needed some more going outside the ring and throwing him into the barricade.
Yeah.
Throwing him into the steps.
You need some dirty shit.
Stomp him in the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe Seth's doing some fucking eye rakes just because he doesn't care. Because Dean's, that's for Roman. Like, I don't know.
You're right. Considering the feud, like we talked about, it was a fucking letdown.
Yeah.
Even the crowd was saying, this is boring.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, that's how you started this conversation. Yeah. The crowd let us know how they felt. Yeah. And I think you said it, Don, and we were talking about, I know this is probably the third time we've shouted out Soup, but, they talked about, I think it was on Soup, they were the Seth and Dean. If they could feel that this match wasn't really going the way that they planned, bring it home.
Yeah.
Bring it home.
Yeah.
You don't need to go 23 minutes just because you plan to go 23 minutes. Give the extra time to the girls later. I don't think anybody's going to be upset.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they dropped the ball on this, honestly, because that storyline and obviously, unfortunately, what is happening to Roman with leukemia is a real thing, but that just adds such a caliber of emotion to his storyline that had so much potential to be something fucking amazing, and they fucking dropped the ball hard.
Yep.
But I don't know how else to put
said.
It. Yeah. That's all I really got
Don?
for it. And I love this
Dean's
feud.
probably your favorite wrestler.
Yeah. You knew how excited I was for this feud. I was like, no fucking way. And all of a sudden just...
Yeah, so we get... I mean, we didn't even say it, but we get Dean Ambrose wins the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. Good on him for that.
Good, yeah, I guess
I just thought there was one piece I wanted to bring up.
For sure.
I don't know if you noticed it. I feel like you would have said it was fucking cringy as fuck. It was at the beginning of the match. They were doing the lockup, and Dean kind of got out of it and was trying to like say something to Seth.
Yeah.
And then Seth was like, it came off so bad. He's like, no, like, talking's over. Like, it's time, pal. He said pal.
It's time, pal.
Yeah, for one.
It's like when your neighbors yelling at you when you're on their lawn or something.
And like we said, like, but for you to even address that, like, yeah, the talk is, well, then let's, like, they should have just beat the living piss out of each other.
I said it twice. Collar and elbow fucking tie up to start the match cringy, blows my mind.
When Dean was putting out his hand and like trying to like be like for the shield, and
then
Seth was like he almost bought into it. Thank God he did. If he bought into that, I was gonna fucking.
The fact that he even kind of did.
That's what pissed me off. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, but I don't know. Let's get off the negativity, and unless you want to.
No, well, I like that Seth owned it on Raw. Like he owned it when he talked about it on Raw.
He came out and did the whole dressing up.
No. What he said backstage when they were talking to him, like he talked about how the match was. He's like, I heard the crowd, and like he addressed.
Oh yeah,
that. I
heard the crowd out there, and that's on me.
I like how he owned it because
it's not just on him. It's on the story writers. It's on the business, and it's on Diener.
It is and it isn't. Those two guys.
How much say do you think they actually have?
A lot, man.
For the level,
think they have a lot of say.
Even when
it comes to like
those are two veterans.
I know, but like, do you think they make the decisions of what moves go where and where the match is going to end? The producer, which isn't Vince, is a separate person. Who's producing that match because they have different producers for every match. That person might contribute into how the match might finish. Mm-hmm. But as far as what's going to happen from the bell to the point of that finish, no, that's the two. That's why that's your job. That's to be able to do that. No, I know, but I just didn't know how much say they had in what moves they're going to do and where they're going to do them.
I mean, I can't speak from being a professional wrestler, but I would say almost all say. Because that's your job as a professional wrestler. You're supposed to be able to go in and have a match with another professional wrestler.
Oh, I get they're supposed to go in there and do what they're going to do, but
no. But I wanted to just say,
let him because he's trained.
No, I just think that with Dean and Seth, these are two guys along with Roman as well, like who were they were like carrying this company for years, right? As champion, as being the main focus. They've all been champion, so like I think they trust these guys enough that they would be able to just
have a lot of free will.
Not anybody.
You know what I mean? Like, the finish is probably that's.
Well, they fucked it up then.
It's just it's not good for Seth, man. I think this doesn't look good.
Or
going
Diener.
in. Dean is a heel, so I feel like he can play off of the hate, But Seth, I'm just saying, man, like, I don't know. I'm now starting to get to the point where I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be too little too late by the time they pull the trigger on this, what might be coming,
I kind of hope this is over, to be honest. I want to have Dean fight somebody else and Seth put his eyes on the main belt, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. Either they just need to kill it and end that feud, or they need to do something drastic to, like, revive it and bring back like that fucking holy shit.
Yeah.
But it's pretty hard after that fuck up, in my opinion. And they've slowly been killing it. Like the promos they've done over the last like month, it's just like fuck. Yeah. And it had so much fucking potential.
Yeah, hopefully they do some good stuff going forward. Well, lots of changes to come, we'll see, as we talked about. But main event time.
Yeah.
Asuka, Charlotte, and Becky. I know I said AJ and Daniel was my match of the night, but I don't know. These two were fucking neck and neck. This match was just brutal. I don't really know what else to write. I wrote rough, amazing match, and that spot with Becky jumping off the fucking ladder onto Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
and legit landing on her ribs.
Oh, that was insane.
I thought Charlotte's ribs were broke. Like
I thought she was fucked too.
They had to beep her out because she screamed "fuck." And then she rolled over, and one of the refs was talking to her for like, I don't know, a couple minutes at least. And I'm going, shit, is she okay?
Well, that table didn't give way, and like Becky put a lot of weight on her fucking ass.
Yeah, it wasn't.
They're supposed to like slide onto
under your knees, right? Yeah. You should be kind of having them land under your knees, whereas Becky was more. She sat on her.
Like that weight went.
Yeah, it was.
I remember when I saw it. Like they make it look real for the most part, but when you see something that like looks like they're purposely making it look real, and something that you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
that shouldn't have happened like that
for sure. No, it was good, and it should be stated, this was the first ever women's TLC match. This is the first dual branded pay-per-view main evented by a woman, and this is also the first dual branded pay-per-view main evented by a SmackDown championship.
True.
So those all three, major factors in contributing to how important this match is. I kind of. What would you give this match out of a 5?
At a 5?
Yeah, give me 5 stars. What do you? And you
3.5.
3.5 stars.
I like a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going to be. Maybe a 4, but that's yeah.
The match itself was great, but what killed it for me was kind of the ending.
With Ronda?
Yeah, just pushing the fucking ladders over. Like, we even called it before it even happened. We knew it was going to happen.
That Ronda specifically was going to come out?
I don't know about Ronda, but we called... I think it was Dono. Dono said, like, Ronda's probably just going to come out and push those fucking ladders. But, I don't know. Somebody said it. I forget who said it, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just like, fuck. Like,
what do you
the match itself was amazing, but, like, I don't know. That killed it for me.
No, I get why she got involved. I was more on the side of, like, and I haven't even been, like, the biggest advocate, but I don't know, like, I'm just a little confused why Becky lost the title so quick.
Yeah.
I think it's because she's coming over to Raw, but I have to get...
Oh, yeah, you said that.
I have to get this in just because I'm going to forget if I don't.
Yeah, no, get it up. Yeah.
But the whole Ronda pushing the ladders over, when I heard Vince say what he had to say on Raw this week...
Oh, yeah.
It made me way more okay with that whole situation. Because I forgot that 2-3 weeks ago, Ronda told Becky and Charlotte, I'm going to write the next chapter of your career. Mm-hmm. And Vince said, hey, Ronda told you she was going to write the next chapter of your career. And you were in a match where there's no disqualification. Anybody can come out. And that's what happened. So it sounds...
Well, he said take it up with... That's what he said.
Yeah. He said
he was kind of giving them
take it up with Ronda, We're not really sure what that means, whether they can show up on Raw next week or not, but I just loved that, again, the callback.
Well, some type of crossover story is going to happen, and that's why they probably let Ronda do it.
Yeah.
To initiate something totally different now.
I don't know about you guys, but I loved that. Like, it reminded me of watching, like, a Saw movie or something, where it just the callback, like I said earlier with the television shows, where it's something you see in an earlier episode and it comes back. Mm-hmm. As soon as Vince said that, I'm like, wow, he's right. She did tell them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you never would have thought that, I don't know. I know Tanner said it was kind of predictable with the ladder being pushed and stuff, and he's not wrong. I liked how they brought it full circle, and I'm using my hands here in this fucking audio.
From what she said back in the day?
Yeah, because she told them, I'm going to write your next chapter.
But I do find it very interesting that it almost like puts them all tied in together, all 3 of them. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just Becky or just
all
Charlotte.
All 4 of them are
who
now
got
in
screwed.
It.
Like, it was, they were both on top, and they both got the worst. It's not like Becky was right there.
No, but that's what he said. Both of them.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in the long run, it's just interesting to me that maybe it's going to be all 3 of them, not just a one-on-one like everyone.
You think Ahsoka's going to be mixed up in that too?
Asuka.
No.
No.
Shit.
But
I think it'll be the 3 of them. Like, it looks right now to me like that, but I don't know what.
Oh no, you're completely right. That's exactly what it looks.
Shout
like.
out Star Wars, by the way, Ahsoka.
Yeah, well, fuck.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's awesome.
But I remember I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I said like they're like Ahsoka's gonna win.
Oscar.
Holy shit, boys! I've had one too many pints.
Yeah.
Anyways, I said she's gonna win because like Becky and Charlotte are gonna let their fury and hatred for each other just blind themselves towards this match. I knew neither of them was going to win it.
He did say that. True.
I remember you said that. Yeah, and I remember you thinking that Asuka was going to win.
I had I posted the clip of the roundtable last week of me kind of predicting that I thought Becky was going to lose.
I honestly didn't know Ronda was going to come out and do it, but once I saw Ronda come out, I was like, okay, well there that goes.
I just don't get it though. Like I'm just. Confused.
I do agree. Like Becky lost.
I hope there's more, man. I hope there's so much more to. I hope the.
Well, that's why they did that. I think they're going to tie it all together.
Well, no, I just hope the journey makes sense at the end. Like you said, I'm patient. I'm willing to wait and let things play out.
As long as it comes
We're getting into
circle.
that WrestleMania season. I just hope it does, man. Because like I said it before on this show, and I'm gonna say it again. Like it's so early, man, and like they pulled the trigger on Becky, and things are good. Don't this could easily get fucked up. You know what I mean? And that's what my fear is right now, because I thought she could have had some lengthy fucking title reign and just held it and done some different things with the title.
Yeah,
I just don't even know, and
that's why I'm curious to see what's next. You know, like
yeah, some people might disagree with this, but I don't know. I don't necessarily think she needs it right now. I feel like she's done enough with it that she might be okay without it. Maybe not, but that's kind of how I feel. And like Becky? I said, like I said, I don't know how some people might feel about that, but
I hear you. But now it's more about Ronda than the title. Like like she's just straight on Ronda. Like she wants Ronda. She doesn't care about getting her belt back. Like she didn't even like. She was just more on like
Ronnie.
I would love to see the whole Becky and Ronnie.
Yeah, she calls her Ronnie. Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah, when she cuts her promo, she calls her Ronnie.
I like that. No, but
I honestly would love to see the whole Becky and Ronda thing because we only got teases of it or little tastes or like a little bit of a jump there, a jump here.
I hope it doesn't turn into a triple threat. I gotta be honest. I think that's what we're gonna get at
Remove
Mania.
Charlotte from the picture, and I think it'd be a lot better. No offense to Charlotte. She's
if they wanted to, they could have kept the belt. I think. That's just my opinion on. I think it could have been champ. Like let her run into
one-on-one
champ.
Yeah.
Settle it. Someone takes winner take all type of. I don't know something.
Yeah. No, I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. Overall, I thought it was good. Probably, like I said, equally as good as the AJ Daniel Bryan, but for totally different reasons. Way more vicious, way more shenanigans and pro wrestling type of shit, right?
Yeah.
So
I just think it's also kind of crazy that Asuka won too. Like to me at least, just because like, you know, she had such a hot streak coming in, right? Yeah. And then she kind of went cold for a minute, and now she just boom, right?
But she's
doing another first ever.
You're right. But who the fuck else? Like if she's next in
I'm
line.
Not saying, I'm not even saying who the fuck. I'm just saying like it's just interesting. Like she went dead cold for a minute.
No, you're right.
And then
she was with Naomi for how many weeks?
To me, it shows that they do. To me, it shows they do have some type of faith in her because she won the first Women's Royal Rumble.
She deserves it. She's great,
and she won. This is another first, so that's two first evers. She knocked down.
She ain't the best on the mic, but
like,
she's
done a lot of
wrestler.
things. It's crazy. It's just cool. Like,
yeah.
No, I hope good things for her, but like you know, we all know she's not holding that belt for a fucking minute. But
like you meaning what?
She's losing that belt fast.
You think so?
Oh fuck yeah!
To who,
the only reason she won it, Charlotte, Becky, fucking, I don't know, somebody.
See, then I have an even bigger problem with.
But the only reason she won that belt was to pursue a feud between Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
And you know, people like my saying a meat shield. She just played a sacrifice character.
That means jobber to Tanner, by the way. For anybody listening.
Yeah. She pulled a jobber. She was a jobber to win that belt to pursue a fucking feud between three big names in the industry, and she's going to lose that belt to one of them in a heartbeat.
You think so?
Fuck yeah.
I don't know.
But we'll see where that goes. Yeah. That's just my view.
We'll see.
That would be terrible. That would be a bad move, I think.
I don't know, man. I feel like she was sacrificed to the WWE gods.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, why would give her such a big moment? Like, I get what you're saying.
Can come out and pursue a
the bigger stars,
names, yeah.
But it's like, if they're just gonna rip it off her,
WWE does that shit though, man. I'm a casual fan. I know they get down and dirty.
Hey, but we're the authority now, so
yeah. Like we'll see if that works out though. So remember what I said in the beginning of this episode? I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. We'll find out what does the authority think of the pay-per-view? What do you guys rate it?
Out of what, 5 or 10?
I got 10 written on my paper, but I like 5 better.
Okay.
Because then you could give me a 0.5, which is a 10-point scale anyway.
I'm going to give it a 7.
You meant that you had like 10 out of 10?
No. I meant like I have.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're doing the 5?
Yeah. Do it out of 5.
3.
3? I'll go 3.5.
2.5.
Ooh, I didn't expect that from Dono.
Yeah. I know. I'm not too surprised. He wasn't. When I told him it was one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year, he asked me if I was high. So,
what you were?
Yeah. Shout out Canada.
Yeah. It's legal.
Yeah. Shout out to Canada. But I think that was pretty good, guys. Yeah. I don't know, as I always say, pretty good. Pretty damn good. I don't know. You want to close her down? There's not much else I think we should get into.
Yeah.
I had a few other things, but maybe we'll dive in the new year about Final Battle, unless you want to talk about it at all, Donovan.
Yeah, maybe we can talk on it a little, I guess, because maybe it will be too far.
It'll be too far down the line. I mean, we watched ROH Final Battle. Tanner, I don't know if you want to turn off your mic at this point, but we watched the pay-per-view on Friday with Will, and it was okay.
Turn off your mic.
No, because you didn't watch it and you don't watch ROH, so you don't have much feedback as far even the wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
So, and we don't even watch that much
of
it,
you
to be honest.
Completely something else.
Yeah, no.
Sociopath.
We watched the
serial killer.
The who's that? The Hangman Page? Yeah, Hangman Page, the serial killer. But we watched ROH and I don't know.
It was damn good. Like what I missed the first couple matches. I came in during what did I come in during the Kingdom match? Yeah, with Silas and
oh no, not Silas. It was we don't even fucking remember. I gotta be honest. All I remember is 3 matches of the card. That's it.
Yeah, I missed the first couple, but what I saw, I enjoyed. Yeah, no, I did.
Yeah, the ladder match was phenomenal. Anybody who saw it at this point, if you're listening, as always, thanks for listening. But it was good. It was a nice little send off for the Bucks and for Frankie and what's the other, Kaz?
Yeah,
Kaz, Frankie and Kaz.
Frankie and Kazarian.
No, what's the two guys?
The tag team.
Yeah,
FC, whatever the fuck their name.
No, but what's the other guy's name? Like, not Frankie Kazarian, the other guy. I have no idea. See, anybody listening knows we don't watch a lot of ROH, but the Southern California guys. Shout out to them. SoCal Uncensored, I think.
That's
Is that
I
them?
hate those guys.
Is that SoCal Uncensored?
I don't know. I don't like them though. I love the Briscoes and the Young Bucks, but I'm not a fan of those guys so far.
SCU.
I thought we're jumping right to the end of it. We're gonna talk a bit more. Man,
I just figured we'd talk about our favorite things from
the ending though. You cracked me the fuck up with that, like, because you were so right. Like, the Briscoes won, and their music is just so like underwhelming.
Oh yeah,
and this is how we're gonna close our big show.
This is our big WrestleMania pay-per-view of the night. And that's the last music. I mean, you can't really change their music just for them winning.
It's just a fucking funny moment. Like,
yeah. And every match kind of ended the way people expected with the Bucks and Cody and Hangman and all these guys leaving.
I think Marty, I see he's probably gonna be carrying the ball over there
in ROH.
I think so. I think he's gonna get that belt.
That'd be cool.
Pretty soon.
Well, he's got the title match, right? Because he beat whoever he beat.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels, great match. And no, there's one match that stood out to me the most. Was it Hangman and Jeff Cobb? Did they fight each other?
Maybe, or was it Bully Ray and your boy?
Yeah, Bully Ray and Flip Gordon. That's the other. When I said three,
shout out to
the two I remembered was the ladder match and that. So
the fucking Sandman.
Yeah, we're jumping all over the place at this point, but I don't know. Final Battle was pretty good.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. I'm upset, Cody didn't win, but
yeah, I heard some. This is totally like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that the Jonathan Gresham guy was supposed to kind of have a better match with who did he fight? Will Ospreay?
Okay.
No, not Will Ospreay. The other guy, the skinny guy from Britain.
Zack Sabre.
Zack Sabre Jr. And apparently he was supposed to get more shine in that match. He was supposed to lose, but he was supposed to look a little better. I don't know if this is true or not. And he was supposed to be involved in the main event with Cody and them, but he left.
Really?
And he got mad shit or something for leaving. And I have no idea.
How was that match? I didn't see it. Was it good?
The Gresham and
Sabre?
Yeah, it was. But if that's true, the story that I told, then I totally get it, because he didn't get as much shine. But it's nothing against Jonathan Gresham, man, but 5'4" is really small to be a wrestler. Like, I'm not saying quit. Like, that's not what I'm saying by any means. I'm just saying be ready for a tough time, because it's not going to be fucking easy.
Yeah. Well, for the guy to get, I can't even think of him off the top of my head, but for the guy to get this far, he's probably putting in the work.
For sure, yeah. No, for sure.
Because I've always felt about Sabre that he's a little on the, like, he's a slim dude.
I
have a hard time. I know this.
He looked like a giant beside this fucking guy.
No, he's a tall, lanky dude.
Yeah.
But he's just very, very lanky. So I sometimes have a hard time buying into, like, certain opponents, maybe.
Yeah.
But overall, from what I did see, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was nice little switch up of different style of wrestling. I don't know. Can't really say the last time I've sat down and watched like a full ROH pay-per-view. I watch matches here and there.
Yeah. That might have been the first one, that I've watched not live. Yeah. Like I've watched them in person. I've went and watched ROH full pay-per-views in person, but that's probably the first one I've watched start to finish live. But yeah, other than that, the Flip Gordon and Bully Ray was awesome. Go back, take a look at that match, watch it, and if you like Sandman, sorry for the spoilers, but you're in for a treat.
That was great.
Yeah, overall pretty good. As I always say, that's my fucking shit right there. You got anything else, Don? Tanner? Anything else from you?
No, I'm good, man.
You're good.
Yeah, even though I'm the Grinch, everyone should have a Merry Christmas. And
man, you're the farthest from a goddamn Grinch.
He's just not a huge fan of Christmas. But yeah, we hope everybody has a great Christmas.
This is a conversation to have
and a great holiday. We hope everyone enjoys those holidays, and
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. Right? See, I'm not that much of a Grinch.
Yeah. Well, there's the music, so we're not cutting it this week, Don.
Why not?
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PW LookBack on both of those. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Head over to YouTube as well, Pro Wrestling Look Back. Give us a subscribe there. Comment on the videos. Like. Hit that little bell. I usually wait for the end of the episode to say that. Do that for sure. Follow me on Twitter as well at Salsa, SCELSA. I don't know why I said that like I didn't know what it was, but...
You can follow me on Twitter at Royalty40 or Instagram at TPrice24.
Cut the music. No, I'm just kidding. Follow me at New School Money.
Yeah, give them a follow there. And yeah, don't forget, check out our show coming out next week. Best of 2018. Me and Don sat down and went through all of our favorite matches, favorite wrestlers, favorite pay-per-views, kind of our favorite things that have stuck out since we started doing the look back and just 2018 in general. As well as the 1-year anniversary episode happening January 29th. We're going to record that after Raw and Royal Rumble. Stay tuned for that. Lots of new things coming in the new year as well. iTunes, Podbean will be on there. And don't forget to check out some of our podcast friends at Armchair Bookers, at the Deadass Girls Podcast, at Wells Mania Podcast. I think it's just at Wells Mania, and at 20x20 Podcast. Check all those guys out. Thank you for joining us for episode 17 of the Pro Wrestling Look Back Podcast Roundtable. I'm Nick.
And I'm Tanner, a.k.a. your casual fan and your boy.
Donovan, got 2 words for you. Stay classy.